back to the Michigan State Dynasty Episode 2 and the season opener here in year 1 of Willie Allen's tenure as the Spartans head coach. We will be opening it up against Western Michigan, a team in state, so not necessarily a rival, but a good matchup, a fun matchup. It's always fun to play against those teams close to you in the state, whether they be good, whether they be not very good in Western Michigan's case, but don't get me wrong, they have some talent on their roster. Western Michigan may not have had a good year a year ago, sitting at 4-8, but they have some very, very talented players. Starting off with Jalen Buckley, 5'11", 87 overall. He is technically an 88 with the morale boost, and this guy is very good. He's an elusive bruiser. He's fast, shifty, and he's strong. Very good hands as well. 90 carrying, 73 catching. I am expecting the Broncos to lean on him in their running game and in their passing game, so I'm expecting a lot out of him. I'm also expecting a lot of Blake Bosma. This guy's real good. He's got a big frame, sure hands, 50-50 ball, some good traits. He's very talented. He's a physical route runner. Bosma brings a lot of talent to this passing game that does not have very many talented receivers. Their best receivers are 78 overall, and he is fast. He is pretty shifty, but he does not, have the ability to carry an offense. So Blake Bosma has that talent. He is a very, very good option for the quarterback to fall onto or even just go through. So their top two guys, they run the offense. Jalen Buckley and Blake Bosma are the defense or offensive weapons to look out for on the defensive side of the ball for the Spartans. Now, as far as their defense goes, they are led by Tate Halleck. They don't have a great defense, but Tate Halleck's their best guy, the strong safety. He's a very good guy. He's got great play recognition as a fifth-year senior, so I'm expecting him to be able to kind of run the secondary there. And then they also have Popeye Williams. He's been around the college football world a little bit, and he's still just a junior sitting at a 78 overall speed rusher out of Indiana. So I'm excited to see what he can do for the Broncos. Hopefully not much today. And then on the other side of the defensive line, on the other edge, they've got senior Tyson Lee sitting at a 77 overall, another pure power rusher. So they've got speed on the left side and they've got power on the right side. I think the Broncos have a nice little balance there, as you'll see the rest of their roster. As we go down, they do not have a lot of depth, so if any injuries happen, it might be, a bit of a tough showing for them. But looking at their quarterbacks, they've got a couple of younger guys. Sophomore Brock Lowry, backfield creator, got some good speed, solid throwing power, but he's not the most accurate. Same thing with their other quarterback, Grady Jones, who's a junior. He's very close behind Brock Lowry, so I'm not sure who we're going to see 100%. Then they also have a couple of guys who are very raw, some redshirt freshmen there down at the bottom. But what better way than to begin the season with a win at home? Let's see if Willie Allen's tenure as the Michigan State Spartans head coach will begin on a good note. The 84 overall Spartans are taking on the 67 overall Western Michigan Broncos as we head out to East Lansing. And here we are, folks. The Spartans are ready to take the field as they are going to get ready for a big shift in culture here in East Lansing. The Spartans running out of the tunnel. We see some of our star players and some of our younger guys that are looking to make an impact here as the fans are ready, hoping for a return to greatness over the next few years. Maybe not this year, despite an easy schedule, but hopefully Willie Allen's tenure here under the Spartans umbrella will be good, and the Broncos take the field. Here we go. Presented by EA Sports College Football 26, the Michigan State Spartans will look to win. Game number 1, Sparty, I believe his name is all hyped up, and the Broncos and the Spartans are here. We are sitting in beautiful weather, 83 degrees, very little wind, and an overcast temperature. Let's see if the Spartans can get this going. They're going to start out on defense. The kickoff is about set, and we are underway here as the kickoff goes deep into the end zone, and that one's going to be kneeled down by Mitchell Jr., and the Broncos will send out their offensive unit for the first time today. Their prime tight end matchup today. Blake Bosma, 85 overall, 83 speed, and Jack Belling for your Spartans, an 88 overall with 85 speed. Let's see how the Broncos attack. Broncos coming out in the shotgun set to start the game. The stadium pulse is going wild. This is ranked the number 22 stadium to play at in the country. Good parry for the back for the Broncos. And Jalen Buckley is going to scamper for 12 yards on the first play of the game. Good job there getting blocking downfield. And a good job not committing any holds. Now they're going to stick it with Buckley this time. not so successful, but he still gets about 2. 2nd and 8 now for the Broncos. They're back to the line. Will they stick to the ground, or will they let Brock Lowry throw the ball? They're going to let Lowry throw the ball. He's going to sling it across the middle. He's going to break a tackle, and that's another Broncos first down. 28 yards on that one as they look to continue this amazing opener to the season. Lowry with Buckley in the backfield. It's going to be a snap. It's going to be a pass again. They're going to get into Bosma. And Bosma's got a couple there, about 6 on the play. This Spartan defense needs to shore itself up here on 2nd and 4. A sack would be big. Lowry's going to hand it out to Buckley. Buckley's going to get the outside. Good blocking on the edge. And he's got it inside the 15. 3 rushes, 29 yards for the the veteran running back. Let's see if that defensive play can kind of light a fire here. They've got Bosma to the right. Finally, the first play without Jalen Buckley. They're going to stick to the ground. They know their game plan. A juke move and about 7. Broncos are just dicing up this defense on the ground. Let's see if they stick to that plan, as they are going to have nobody in the backfield. It's going to be a pass. It's going to be caught, and it's going to be a touchdown. Western Michigan. As he points to the crowd, the doubting fans are cheering him on. And the Broncos drove right down the field. Christian Leary with the opening touchdown of the season for Western Michigan, as he is just on a simple crossing route. And the Spartans defense does not hold as they score on their first drive of the day, first drive of the season. As we send out our offense, Aiden Childs out there in the shotgun set with Tolliver to the left. Childs is going to take the snap. He's looking to throw, and he's going to throw it outside. Dangerous pass. He was looking for Belling, but it looks like there's going to be a penalty on the play, and that is a hold on the Spartans, and that will back them up 10 yards. Stanton Rammel with the hold. It's going to set up a 1st and 20. Aiden Childs gets the pass back. Bad shot there down the field, but he is going to be set up in his own territory. Now he's going to end the coverage again, and it's dropped again. Trying to force it in there. Not the greatest decision there, the first 2 plays for Aiden Childs. Nevertheless, a 2nd and 20 is still where we stand. They're still in the shotgun. No run play just yet. It's going to be a pass play again. Aiden Childs instead is going to take off. He's going to hold on to it, and he's got about 17. Does not slide. He is looking to get this first down and keep the offense on the field. Let's see where they go here. So the Spartans need a long 3 yards now for this first down. Under 5 minutes in the first quarter. They're going to hand it off to Tolliver. Tolliver's going to take off, cut it back inside. Easiest first down of his life. Popeye Williams was there to help bring him down. But other than that, that was very, very poor coverage by the Broncos defense. As Aiden Childs showing his mobility, that's what I liked about him the most compared to the rest of the guys on the roster. Childs is just athletic. They're going to quickly hand it off to Tolliver. Not enough for the first down there, just a few on the ground. Now it is a 2nd and 7. Aiden Childs in the shotgun still. Maybe he's going to look to throw it again this time. It is a pass play. He's going to dump it down to the back. Tolliver gets a few. Crucial 3rd down here at the 40-yard line. Tolliver in the backfield still. Not much going here for this offense. Instead, Childs is going to take off, and he gets sacked. Aiden Childs, he felt the pressure. Nadame Tucker brings him down, and Childs with a big, big mistake there. What do you do in this situation if you're Willie Allen? You go for it. 4th and 3 against a lesser opponent. You've got to go for this one, and it is at the 41-yard line. Will the Spartans get it? They line up in the shotgun. Krishan McCray out wide left, as well as Amari Kelly. It is now a 5 seconds on the play clock. Tolliver gets caught in the backfield. Childs is going to take off up the middle. Forgets to slide, but he gets the first down deep into Broncos territory. Another Spartan first down. After that, no gain on first down. Let's see if Childs and company can get something going a little bit better here on 2nd down. It's going to be a play action. He's looking for Belling. He's going to deliver it to Belling. He's going to get it down around the 5. The Spartans are counting down the yards. to the end zone, looking for their first score of the season as we bring the starter and running back Tolliver back in the game. Childs going to snap it quick, 11 seconds to go. Tolliver, touchdown, Spartans! And it is the ground game that opens the season for Michigan State and head coach Willie Allen. How poetic is that? The running back turned head coach commits to the ground, and he's able to score his first touchdown as a head coach on the inside zone. Elijah Tolliver with the carry, and you have the Spartans tying it up here with the extra point pending. Looking to establish an identity on defense. I really want to get this defensive pressure up as we have Martinez potentially coming in here on a blitz. He's going to call it off. He's going to go into coverage, looking to cover, and that's going to be enough to get the sack, and he fumbles it, but he's able to recover it. So they actually kind of worked out for them. Quindarius Dunnigan forces the sack, but instead, Brock Lowry's able to recover it further down the field. So I believe they actually gained a yard, or at minimum, lost nothing on that one. Let's see what they do here on third down. That one's close to being a sack. Instead, Lowry's going to break out of there. Somehow does not get taken down, and that is a first down and more. Brock Lowry escapes. I just don't know what happens here. You've got great pressure off the edge. Bosma can't get to you, can't stop you, and Brock Lowry, I mean, he just gets away from Thompson there. Thompson just kind of gets turned around for a second, and once he gets back on track, it is just too late to bring him down, as Brock Lowry, not the fastest guy, but he's still got solid athleticism, and he's able to get out of the pocket and get on the move there. 2nd and 5 now. Western Michigan once again having success through the air and on the ground. They're going to go back to Buckley. No, they keep this one to Brock Lowry. He's going to break the tackle. Good job bringing him down in the open field, but still enough for a Broncos first down. 2nd and 6 now. Western Michigan Broncos are in business. This one's going to be your RPO. They're going to give it back to Buckley. Buckley's going to run outside, a couple spin moves, a couple broken tackles, and he's got another first down on 41 yards in 6 rushing attempts so far. He has been fearless, and I'm hoping we can come up with some type of answer here as they get down closer and closer to the goal line, set up at the 15-yard line. This time it's a pass, looking outside. Lowry's going to take off now, and he is going to slide down after 7. Another good run there by Brock Lowry. Don't really have an answer for that running game just yet. The quarterback has taken off for a few times for some big gains. This time he's going to do the draw. He is looking, he's under pressure. That one's close to being dangerously intercepted. Grady Kelly gets the pressure, and that is going to force a 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, the Broncos have had an answer at every turn. What do? They're going to run some pass play here. That time, Brock Lowry can't get away from Thompson. And the Broncos looking to go forward here, deep in Spartan territory at the 8-yard line. How will they do? Brock Lowry in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Buckley. Buckley trying to get outside. There's a flag down. He won't get the first down. I think it's going to be holding anyway, so no matter what, he doesn't get the first down. And it is indeed holding on the offense, and we are going to accept or decline the penalty. We're going to take over at our own 7-yard line. Big stop there by the defense. Last time out, we had some hiccups, but overall, I mean, 7 points on the board. You can't complain. I really liked what I saw from our ground game, so why not keep it on the ground? Tolliver's going to cut inside. Good blocking downfield by McRae. That's a big gain there for Tolliver. I've loved what he's done so far, and I really, really want to see us get that passing game going due to how well the running game has performed. But right now, the Broncos are playing some very good passing defense. This time, though, they leave Belling wide open. Can he cut back inside? He does. He gets lit up and fumbles it. It's returned by the Broncos. I believe that's Nate Halleck there, the highlighted strong safety, as Dominic Moon forces the fumble on Jack Belling. And that one gives the ball right back to the Broncos. They're going to open up with an empty set. I believe this is going to be a screen. Yes, it is. Now it's caught downfield. Touchdown, Western Michigan. What a trick play there. I went off of him with the corner, and instead, Brock Lowry, with his head on a swivel, launches it downfield, and he gets a man wide open for the touchdown and another strike. This time it was to Talik Williams. Last time out, the early fumble by Velling, the veteran tight end, the star tight end, I might add, led to the quick touchdown by the Western Michigan offense. Let's see if they have an answer this time. The Spartans are going to go back to Tolliver on the pass game this time. He's going to break a few tackles, and Tolliver's going down the sideline. Can he outrun everybody? Yes, he can. Touchdown. Michigan State responds, as that is a big play by Tolliver. What a strike. Aiden Childs, I mean, he just went with the simple dump down. You never expect that to turn into what it just did. But Elijah Tolliver is good enough to get his head upfield, get some blocking, breaks two guys' tackles pretty early on. And then from there, it's just a matter of tight roping up the sideline and outrunning everybody. And he does just that for this big touchdown through the air for Michigan State, as they respond immediately, and this one is in danger of becoming a shootout. It is still completed because it's not a game in college football 26 unless the opponent's quarterback is like 8 of 7 or 7 of 8 with a perfect passer rating. That one goes wildly to the ground, and we've got a quick injury timeout for the Western Michigan offensive line. Finally forcing a third down here early in a drive. Let's see if we can come to a stop. We're going to send Quindarius Dunnigan on a spy because I do not want to get beat by Brock Lowry's legs again, but instead we just get beat by his elite talent arm. I mean, this dude's a 72 overall, but he is playing like Arch Manning right now with that dot downfield. I don't really have an answer for him just yet, as he has just been throwing it everywhere he wants to throw it. Now they're going to hand it off to Buckley. Good job bringing him down quickly there, as he is just going to get a few. The false start pushes them back a little bit. They did have it at 2nd and 2. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. We'll see where they go. I'm expecting a run by Brock Lowry for about 80 yards and a touchdown. I know that's not even possible. Instead, he's going to dump it down, and he's got his man Bosma up. A good job pursuing the ball. And the Spartans, come on, we got to get off the field here. 3rd and 6. We have to get off the field. 3rd and long now after the penalties. The penalties are setting them back on this drive, so a couple of big plays nullified, both through the air and on the ground. Brock Lowry's going to the screen. He gets hit. He's going to have to finally throw it into the turf, and we will force our first punt of the day, as that one was some good pressure on the wide receiver screen, as they will now kick it, set it back, kick it up, and it is a beautiful one. Down to the 1, it's going to bounce into the end zone, and your Spartans will start over again now at the 20. To bring up a 2nd and 12, 1:20 to go in the game. Aiden Childs is going to take it. He is going to get a little bit of pressure. Can he outrun him? He's going to be able to outrun him. Then he's going to have to just slide down, as he did not have much going there. Timeout, Broncos. Big 3rd down, 14-14, a minute 13 to go. Can we get the first down without giving them a chance at a touchdown? He's going to throw it. It's going to be caught by Krishan McCray, and we're going to have to hurry back to the line. Let's get back up to the line, not give them a chance to get set. The clock is ticking. Childs is going to go under center. He's going to snap it. It's going to be a play-action bootleg. Childs under pressure, gets sacked again. Not much space or time there, and I think I'm going to let the clock just run down here, and hopefully we can get something here on 2nd down. Broncos defense has been good, but can we be better? Childs, play action under pressure again. Big sack again, and they're going to call a timeout. We just cannot get a good protection set here with 36 seconds to go. Already a couple of sacks, under pressure again. Aiden Childs, he can't get away from him, and we just went 28 yards backwards. So now 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Brock Lowry is going to look to throw. He is going to throw it outside. He's got Jalen Buckley, keep him inside the lines, and that is going to be a big stop there. That's going to run it to halftime. A big Big turn of events there. I was kind of worried they were going to get enough time to get downfield, score maybe a field goal, and take the lead. But after a rough start, I think we, kind of turned it around. We were pretty good on offense. Not a lot of no turnovers just yet. Not a lot of penalties, just the one holding call. 8.9 yards per play. I'm just really concerned with the defense right now. We have not been able to play great defense, as you see by the yardage for the Broncos. They were, pretty much dicing us up however they wanted to. So I'm interested to see how we come out in this second half and hopefully address those problems. Head coach Willie Allen's going to have his work cut out for him. Maybe he can kind of motivate this defensive unit to play a little bit more free and a little bit more open. Right now they look rigid, they look rusty, and they look like they counted this game as a win before they even started the matchup. No more 2-minute drill. We have the whole second half ahead of us. So I'm going to play a little bit more free and a little bit more open with this running game as I immediately get brought down in the backfield. Big stop there by Tyson Lee. This Broncos defense is no joke compared to their overall. I was expecting something a little bit more easier, I must be honest, but they are, pretty content with how they've been playing, I would imagine, as they have some good coverage downfield. Can Aiden Childs make that pass deep downfield? Amari Kelly, and he's gone. Touchdown, Spartans. What a pass from Aiden Childs. The second play of the half, and Sparty is going crazy right now. That was a dot to Amari Kelly. I saw him get open at the last second. I wasn't sure if I could make the pass, but Aiden Childs proves me wrong once again here in week 1 with the dot and the run after catch into the end zone. Big start to the second half. That is how you do it and how you take a lead, and hopefully the defense can come out and play just like that. Got it 21-14. We need to keep our lead. We cannot keep going back and forth with the Broncos because they have no pressure. They're coming into the year bad from last year, 4-8. They're looking for a win over a better opponent, a Power 5 opponent, or Power 4, however you want to say it. This Broncos team is playing free. They're playing like they have nothing to lose, and we are playing like we have everything to lose. Brock Lowry's going to take off. He's going to lob it over the top. How did he get that guy open? I mean, he is just playing amazing football right now. He has got over 150 yards through the air already right now here in the beginning of the third quarter. We'll see where they go to this time. They're going to go outside on a bit of a screen. It's going to be another catch by, I believe that's Leary. That one not so successful. One, though, did get them 6 yards on first down. We'll see how they respond on second down. We haven't seen Jalen Buckley just yet in this half, and as I speak, they're going to hand it off to him. No, he keeps it, and Lowry goes down. Martinez on the corner blitz didn't even get touched as the double play action, I should say, did not fool Nakai Martinez, the safety. Boom! What a sack off the edge. Brock Lowry's going to be seeing butterflies after that one there. A stop and a score would give us a commanding lead right now in this third quarter. Can we get a stop here? 3rd and long. Lowry, he's going to look to throw. He's going to dump it down. That's not going to be enough. Forcing a punt. Great job by the defense there on that one. Couldn't ask for a better start in the second half. I'd love to replicate the success we had last time out, 21-14. And a big bomb to make it that give us that 7-point lead. Instead, we're going to start with the simple run. Elijah Tolliver, good scamper, about 12 on the play. I really love what he's done today. I mean, he has been so good so far. Don't get me wrong, this is not an elite defense by any means, but I am very happy with his output today. Can we see something here? He's going to cut it back inside, gets kind of stuck, and he's not going to get much on the ground that time. Third down, 3rd and long, I should say. Not a good decision on second down. I'll add that. Hopefully we can convert this one. It's going to be a pass play across the middle, and Marsh is going to get the first down. They're going to give it to him. It was a close call. They're going to give him just enough to gain the first down. I like what I see there on that play. I'm going to maybe go back to it eventually, but instead Tolliver's going to cut it inside, and he's going to get 9 on the ground. Basically going to set up and 2nd and 1. We do have Frazier now in the game. He had 1 carry earlier. Instead, now he's going to get another. Get wrapped up, but he gets the first. Good job there. Makai Frazier getting just enough for that first down carry. Aiden Childs is on fire. Can we take advantage of that? Childs is going to get it. He's going to dump it outside to Tolliver. Tolliver's got some space. Spinning around the defender. Elijah Tolliver is going to celebrate. Almost gets taken down. But he's into the end zone. Elijah Tolliver with another touchdown. His 3rd of the day. His 2nd through the air. He has been dominant right now as he is just writing all of that mediocrity talk out as he comes over to the Power 4 from a FCS school, and he is dominating the Western Michigan Broncos here so far today. But a good sign that Brock Lowry is not perfect in this second half so far. They're going to go to Buckley. Buckley's going to get it outside. He's going to respond with a big scamper of his own. He gets taken down after a big gain. He's got 9 rushes, 66 yards. This guy is a crazy talented running back, and I'm very, very, very hopeful we see him in the transfer portal. Maybe we can get him to come over to a more local school, considering he already plays in Michigan. Brock Lowry's going to sail that one. Good coverage overall by the defense. I do think that we kind of were excited. We were, looking past this game. We were kind of getting ready for our conference play as this one's going deep downfield. It's caught. Touchdown. I don't know. That might have been another hold by the Broncos, and it appears to be a hold on the offense. So Jeremy Schleicher is going to get that touchdown wiped off the board. What a throw by Brock Lowry, but it does not end up mattering. They will not be able to count those points. Another big play taken off the board, but it doesn't matter. This team is too fast for us, and they get all 20 of those yards right back. I don't really know what to do. I think their wide receiver core, while not the most talented, maybe they heard me talking junk about them before the game. Their wide receiver core just has some great speed, as that's another pass downfield. I mean, what do you want us to do about that? Christian Leary dominating the secondary. He has got 76 yards and a touchdown on just 5 catches. What a day for the receiver. A couple yards closer, I should say, but that is not going to be enough to get a touchdown. We'll see how they do here. They're going to go to the screen. It is a touchdown for the Broncos. Big, big call there. Gutsy call to go to the air after expecting a run. And the Broncos get this one back to 7 as we enter the final minute of the quarter. Balin Brooks, what a name. Double B's is out there on the flat screen, and he jukes inside for the touchdown. That gives the Broncos an answer to our couple of touchdown drives to open the second half. We are now here in defense mode as we're looking to keep this lead. A big juke move by Tolliver, sent that man flying out of his shoes, and he only has somehow 65 yards on the ground, but he has been so good. Quarterback comparison for the full 3 quarters so far. 258 for Childs, 223 for Brock Lowry, so pretty comparable numbers, both of them having success through the air. I mean, Brock Lowry has been amazing for the Broncos. I've been very, very impressed with him, despite him being a relatively low overall. I think he's very, very, he showed his talent. And this defense, if they can get a stop there right in this game, let's see what happens here. This time they've got some good pressure, and Aiden Childs just eats the sack. I mean, Jack Velling got open, but Nadame Tucker was fast enough to get in there for his 3rd sack of the day. And that's the balance you have to look for. Right now it's kind of, do we send Elijah Tolliver out there for a pass play, or do we keep him in the block? Because this Broncos defensive line has been getting so much pressure that it's kind of scary to not have him back there. But let's see if he can break a tackle on 3rd down. He can't. So the safe pass in the backfield does not go for 14, unfortunately. The Broncos are going to force us to punt it this time. They're going to have a chance to tie it back up, and that's scary to say here with 9 minutes to go. 2nd and 6 now, right around 8 minutes to go. Brock Lowry, prime Tom Brady. I don't know who's in the backfield there. We'll see who we get. This one's going to be a pass underneath. Good coverage. I was trying to kind of cover both of those routes at the same time. I think I did a good enough job there, setting us up for a little bit of a more manageable 3rd and 4 for them, but not giving them the first down, playing bend but don't break defense. But right now, so far, we've been playing bend and break defense. Let's see if we can get a stop here. Brock Lowry, he's going to throw it. He's going to get across the middle. Blake Bosma's got it. He's going to get a first down and a little bit more. So that's going to give them another set of downs. I think we've got to tighten up. This crowd is stunned right now with how close this game is. It's going to be a handoff to Buckley. No, it's going to be a pass downfield. Martinez watches it and watches it be caught. I mean, that one should have been picked off, in my opinion. Nakai Martinez just watches the ball float towards him and just doesn't even go for it. That is insane. That one really hurts. I think we had a chance there to, create a turnover to kind of get this going a little bit more. We are going to get some pressure, and Brock Lowry's going to go down. I don't know how much it will matter, but another sack, so maybe a little bit of a wear and tear type thing on Brock Lowry right now. That time it was Jordan Hall coming off the edge there and bringing him down out of the mic position. I think right now we have just, not done a whole lot. This time Lowry's going to go underneath. Nobody in the middle of the field for some reason. We are going to stop him short. I don't know they're going to kick the field goal. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the field goal. They're going to go for it here. You don't really have a reason to kick a field goal. 5 minutes left. You're down by 7. Why not go for it? Your offense has been able to do whatever they want at will. This one's going to be caught, and it's a first down. Broncos moving on. Keenan Crothers, the fullback, makes his first impact play of the day. 2nd and 6, Jalen Buckley runs for a few on first down. We'll see how this goes on 2nd down. They have done whatever they want, whenever they want. They're going to stick it on the ground. That one's wrapped up as well rather quickly. So a loss of 2 down. Kevius Nash going to bring them down. And we have a chance here to force a 4th and long or to force an incompletion. Let's see what they do. I'm going to call a quarterback spy. Don't like Brock Lowry being all alone in the backfield. They're going to go across the middle. They're going to the end zone. That one is caught. Touchdown. Williams, leaping grab, and another dot by Brock Lowry. He only has 6 incompletions, 300 yards, and he has played almost perfect today, setting them up to tie it with the extra point here. Well, if you told me coming into this game I would be tied with 3 minutes to go, I probably would have told you you're crazy, or we would have made a lot of mistakes. But there really hasn't been many mistakes by the Spartans offense, as Mari Kelly gets a few there, about 4 through the air. We haven't made a lot of mistakes. I mean, besides a couple of big sacks there at the end of the first half. Aiden Childs has been pretty clean. He's been throwing it when he needs to throw it, not making a bunch of bad decisions. He's going to find Belling that time for the first down. That might take us to the 2-minute warning. But Western Michigan has just playing perfect football as well, and I really have not had an answer for them on defense, which makes it very scary as we go forward into conference play. Coming out of the 2-minute warning, I wouldn't mind taking a shot. It looks like they might have a little bit of vulnerability there over the middle. Aiden Childs launching it deep downfield, and Amari Kelly comes down with it inside the 30-yard line of the Western Michigan side of the field. What a play. Aiden Childs was getting taken down as he threw that one. He still delivered a dot down the field. 116 yards for Kelly on the day. I don't want to give Western Michigan a lot of time left on the clock because right now they don't seem like they would have much difficulty driving down the field. This one's a play action. Aiden Childs, that's the only thing you can't do. And I'm going to call a timeout. I panicked there. A big sack. That's going to give us a lot more to think about here as we are well out of field goal range at the 40-yard line. Aiden Childs does not get much worse than that when it comes to making a mistake. He's going to throw it up the seam, though. That one's caught by the receiver. Was that Marsh again? I think it was. And that was a dot. Nick Marsh makes the grab. The final possession of the day, if we can. I mean, 50 seconds to go. Got the ball at the 14-yard line. If we line it up here, we should be able to run this clock down relatively low. Tolliver's going to take it, and he is going to take it down as we're going to let this one run all the way down as far as we can, and we will see where this kick goes. 7 seconds on the play clock. 5, 4, 3. The kick is up, and it is good. And your Spartans take a 3-point lead in the final 10 seconds. There's about 7 seconds to go, so it's not all over, but I do think that we have a really good chance to win this one. Broncos have a chance here. They're at their own 25-yard line. 7 seconds to go, no timeouts. They really can only score a touchdown. They can't do much else. It's going to be a wide-open pass play. Big hit there, and it sails to the ground. 3 seconds now. 3 seconds to go. 2nd and 10, an incomplete pass on first down. This one should be the final play of the game no matter what happens. Brock Lowry's going to look to throw it. Will he dump it down? Instead, he's going to take off, launch it to the sidelines. Doesn't really matter as it sails over the head of the receiver. And your Spartans are going to win their first game of the season. It was way closer than I wanted it to be. 31-28 is your final, but the MVP of the game has to be Elijah Tolliver. 71 yards on the ground, 15 rushing attempts, and 3 total touchdowns. He was dominant today. Here you see him getting it up the middle and getting stuffed. What a highlight there. I mean, that is the beautiful, beautiful encapsulation of an MVP. And your Spartans already 4 wins away from matching their total a year ago under Jonathan Smith. I love that season opener. Don't really love being a close game against Western Michigan, but Aiden Childs, I mean, he was good. 13 of 15, 335, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Then we saw Elijah Tolliver, 15 for 71, and don't even get me started on him through the air. Elijah Tolliver, 4 catches, 133 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jack Velling was good, 3 for 45. Amari Kelly was good, 3 for 116 and a touchdown. He had that really big 77-yard catch to open the second half. And then Nick Marsh and Krishan McRae had a couple catches each. The defense was really solid. Some big impact guys. No turnovers forced. We did sack him a couple of times. 2 sacks total, Nakai Martinez and Jordan Hall. And the kicking was, as good as it possibly could be. We did not miss any field goals on the Western Michigan side of things. Well, it should be on the Western Michigan side of things. Brock Lowry, I mean, he was perfect almost. 23 for 31, 307, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. Rushing-wise, he was very good as well. 7 for 24. He did get sacked a few times. Jalen Buckley was really good, 11 for 72. And then in the air, they had Talik Williams. I mean, that dude was good. He was fast. He was way faster than our defensive backs are. 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Christian Leary, senior, really good as well. Really fast, 5 for 76 and a touchdown. And Blake Bosma didn't have as big of an impact as I was anticipating from him. We did see a lot of pressure. This team did a good job of getting pressure. And Adame Tucker had 4 sacks, 6 TFLs. And then we also saw Dylan Moore get in the backfield with 2 TFLs and a sack as well. But thankfully, we did not turn the ball over other than that one early fumble, which kind of turned this game around. I was expecting that to, be like, oh crap, we might lose this game because of that. But thankfully, we were able to, take down Western Michigan despite the early mistake by Jack Velling. A win is a win is a win is a win. You got to take it how you get it, and may have been ugly at times. It may not have been the most pretty win against a lesser opponent, but at the end of the day, you were 1-0, and head coach Willie Allen is 1-0 in his career. Here's a quick look, a rundown around our recruiting boards. There's a few guys we're going after pretty heavily. As you know, Juan Conklin was the gym running back that was very interested in us out of a local guy out of Detroit. He's got really good talent. Not a lot of physical ability, so I'm kind of iffy on that. That's why we're going after some other running backs. But if you're really interested in this, you can pause the video and see it. I'm not going to go after too many guys. Cliff Karoma is a guy I'm going after a little bit. I think maybe we can compete with those teams, but probably not. We just don't have enough hours. Khalik Lovell, a 6-foot gadget receiver. I really, really like him. He's a 4-star, and, he's very interested in us. So hopefully we can kind of convince him to, come take a visit, get a little bit more interest in the team. Geo Titus is a linebacker I'm pretty interested in bringing in, and here's the rest of the guys on the board right now. Shamir Richard was a guy that I was interested in, ended up not being too interested back in us. So I ended up taking him off the board, and then we just ran out of points for these guys at the bottom. Jeff Shaver and Al Berry. If I can allocate points elsewhere, I will definitely be going and, you know, trying to get those guys a little bit more interested in the team. Hopefully, though, we can, you know, get a couple of guys committed early and then maybe convince them to come, you know, visit and get our interest back on the board. A look at the scores around college football a week ago. South Carolina upset by Virginia Tech, so the Gamecocks dropped out of the top 25 pretty much immediately after losing to the unranked Hokies by 3 there in the, what I believe would have been the Chick-fil-A Bowl. I think is the Chick-fil-A Bowl at the season opener at Mercedes-Benz. Miami takes down Notre Dame in a thriller with a 1-score win. And here's just a look at everything else around the country. I wanted you guys to see what's going on so you know a bit of what is actually happening. Kansas State dominates their FCS opponent. As you can see, there we are, dominating Western Michigan by 3. Illinois, a team I think we might have to play later in the season, they win 38-6 over FCS Midwest, who seems to have played about 9 teams this first week. And the big one of week 1, Ohio State takes down the Longhorns 42-34. Tennessee squeaks by the Orange, Syracuse, 45-41. We'll see how they're performing with Joey Aguilar instead of Nico Iamalava. Indiana barely beats out Old Dominion. Louisville takes down FCS Southeast, and Iowa State takes down FCS Midwest. Penn State takes down Nevada 38-16. Georgia beats up on the Thundering Herd 48-7. Florida State upsets Alabama. Not surprising. Alabama always sucks in these games. They beat them by 18. Oregon dominates not as much as I would have expected. They allowed the FCS Northwest team to score 23 points. That's actually kind of surprising. And I think everything else looks like FCS matchups. Texas A&M does beat out UTSA by 3. A bit of a closer matchup than I'm sure they were expecting. Michigan dominates New Mexico. That's a team we're going to have to be on the lookout for. A hated rival. Hopefully we can actually make that rivalry game very fun. LSU dominates Clemson 49-17, so despite being #1 overall, Cade Klubnik does not get a big win to open his senior year. Ole Miss beats up on Georgia State, not really by 7, they barely squeak by them. And then you see the rest of the matchups down here with none of the ranked teams losing or getting upset, I believe. We, however, will be opening up next week against a bit of a better opponent, Boston College. We'll see how Boston College is. They are 1-0 so far on the season, 79 overall, so a much closer overall matchup, but maybe Western Michigan just had our number. They seem to know what we were doing at every turn, so I'm interested to see how Boston College will come out here and do it. They no longer have Castellanos at quarterback, so they're going to have an answer for that, and we'll look at their roster next week and see if they actually do. But that will be the end of this episode. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. And I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Michigan State Dynasty. Adios, everybody.
Soundstripe.